world builds essential machines for essential services to mankind. These include large diesel locomotives and diesel engines like this one being prepared for shipment. Virtually all of this 2,400 horsepower engine was constructed here, for at the Beloit Works, great castings can be made. Gears of any size machined to fine tolerances. Great sheets of metal shaped, rolled, and welded. Here, electric motors of all sizes are designed and built, and powerful electrical generators manufactured. One of the essential needs of mankind that Fairbanks Morse is specialized in is the problem of supplying water. One of these pumps, here being prepared for delivery to the city of Baltimore, will add to the installation there which supplies water for 1 million people. In this research and development building at the Beloit factory, our engineers, working through our parent company, Fairbanks Whitney, and in partnership with the State of Israel, have made remarkable strides forward in solving one of mankind's greatest problems. My name is Gordon Anderson. I'm Executive Vice President and in charge of the Fairbanks Morse Water Division. The world needs fresh water. It needs lots of it. There are many places in this world where there is no fresh water. For centuries, scientists have been working on the age-old problem of converting seawater to fresh water for human consumption. A big breakthrough occurred last year. It occurred in Israel, in July, in fact, when the Zarkin freezing process for converting seawater to fresh water went into continuous operation for the first time. That process works on the same principle as this research model. Based on a water conversion technique developed by Israeli scientist Alexander Zarkin, this converter produces a continuous flow of fresh water by a method which involves the freezing of salt water. You see me pointing to the freezing chamber, which is made of clear plastic in this model. The inside is maintained at a deep vacuum. The salt water is cooled, then sprayed in at the top. Because of the sudden drop in pressure, about half of the water sprayed in freezes into pure freshwater snow. The remaining salt water becomes a more concentrated brine. The freshwater snow passes to a counterwasher, which removes the brine that may adhere to the ice crystals. Here, our research engineers are tasting this pure snow. In commercial operation, it is melted and comes out as fresh water. This is a more refined model of the process, and you can see the fresh water as it comes directly from the converter. This is a scale model of a practical commercial unit based on the Zarkin freezing process. Each of these units is designed to produce 60,000 gallons of fresh water a day. 16 units can supply the needs for a town of 4,000 in the Middle East. We feel that this modular design is in itself a breakthrough. They can be serviced separately or can be added onto as the water needs of the community increase. But most important today is the fact that the Zarkin freezing process is not just an engineer's dream or a model maker's fantasy. It is a hard reality. You are looking at the world's first, truly economical, large-scale desalting equipment. This is the real thing. Practical operating equipment to make fresh water from the oceans of the world. In early 1962, 4 units like this will be operating at Eilat in Israel on the Gulf of Aqaba. This one, which is on test, has some extra piping for instrumentation purposes. The important thing is that we are putting salt water into the converter and we're getting out a continuous flow of fresh water. And we are driving the entire unit with less than 1/4 the output of this Fairbanks Morse diesel generator. The operation of this equipment is simple. There are just 3 main sections to each converter module. In this tank, the air is removed from the incoming seawater. The seawater then passes through this 3-stage heat exchanger. The incoming salt water is cooled by the outgoing brine and the fresh water being produced. The cooled salt water then passes up to the hydroconverter, where it is sprayed into the vacuum chamber. On this upper level, we have our control board, and these are the instruments we're using to keep track of important data in the extensive series of tests we've been conducting. The freshwater snow is pumped to the counterwasher. You can look down into the top of the counterwasher and see the frozen fresh snow rise to the top. It is cleared off by revolving blades and returned to another section of the hydroconverter where it is melted. And here is the end result. Fresh water for home, industry, and eventually irrigation. With me here is David Carr, the president of Fairbanks Whitney. Dave is the one who made the historic partnership with the state of Israel that has made the Zarkin process a large-scale practical reality. And in this unit we have a basic design which we will make more and more efficient through continuing development and research. This is a unit designed for mass production, a unit that will be relatively free of maintenance problems such as scaling. It marks a great step forward in our relentless search to master the elements and use them constructively. I sincerely believe that this technique of converting salt water to fresh water opens up a bright new era for all mankind, and that this will prove to be a great instrument for progress and an instrument for peace throughout the world.